Knowledge empowers the mind. Education is a key. Like a password. You type in a password and you can use your computer. When you have an education, you know how to do certain things. You can learn how to do certain things. Train up a child in the way that they must go, and when they are older, they will not depart from it. Very powerful statement. When a child is trained and become habituated to do something from a very young age, they sometimes can develop an emotional attachment to that habit. Once an emotional attachment is developed towards doing that particular thing, then it becomes most difficult to free one's self from this habit. Because there is a feeling attached to doing this thing, be it a good feeling or a bad feeling. Once there is a feeling, then it becomes very difficult to break free from that feeling. It's the same thing with taking drugs. When a person takes a drug, they're getting certain feelings from that drug. That drug allows them to escape or to feel certain emotions. So they become attached or addicted to this drug. And it's the same thing with everyday life. Habits that we develop. We can develop habits that are loving and habits that are fearful or fear-based. I recalled waiting in line with another family, and there was a child in a stroller, and the child kept staring at me, and eventually the child tapped on the mother and said, "Maman, maman, regarde, elle est noire comme du café." And I looked at the child and I smiled, and the mother wanted to ziplock the child's mouth. But the thing is, this child had already been trained to think of people with my complexion as coffee. That's what the child said. Mother, look, she's as black as coffee. In that moment, the mother wanted to discipline the child. However, it was too late. The lesson had been learned, and now it was time to recite the lesson, recital time. And that's exactly what the child did. It performed. Once the child saw what the mother had been teaching them from that very young age, there was no holding back. That's why it's very important what we teach our children at a very young age. When a person learns to hate, they grow up becoming hateful people. when a child learns to love, they grow up and become loving people. And again, I say, when a person develops an emotional attachment to a habit, every time their tide rise, the wave will bring forth to the shore exactly what they're holding on to emotionally. When this child said this to me, I did not react. I smiled. And the reason why I did not react, because I had an understanding, I have an education, and I knew right away that this child was performing a recital that they had been taught from a very young age. It's not to say that it didn't bother me, it did. But I just did not react because I had the understanding of what was happening in that moment. So that scripture from the Bible, train up a child in a way that they must go, and when they are older, they will not depart from it, is a very powerful statement. And I believe strongly in educating children in a positive manner so we can live in a more peaceful world, in a more loving world, where we respect each other as humans. We don't see each other as being different just because of the color of our skins. Because we are all one, created by one God, and we are all connected in spirit. And education does help for us as humans to understand that we are not different. We are all one.